Hi, my name's Eamon, and today we're going to talk about Lob Audiences. So when you log into the Lob dashboard on the left-hand side now, in the Audience panel, you'll see something called Audience Lists. This is where you can access Lob Audiences, which is a place you can purchase leads list from Lob. So there are four types of lead lists that you can purchase from Lob. I'll walk through each one, and then we'll go into them in a bit more detail. The first is target audience lists. So if you have a specific geography that you want to target, so everybody in the radius of a new store, for example, or you have some specific demographic traits you want to account for, like, you know, males, married, over 30, etc. Target audience is going to be the best way to pull that list. Now we also offer lookalike lists. This is going to be taking an example list of your top customers or your existing customers and then letting Lob run a lookalike model on those users to find more people like them. We also have data append. This is coming soon to the platform, but it's available today through professional services if you work with your account rep. The most common use case for data append is taking data you already have and appending a mailing address to it. So for example, if you have a list of email addresses that you've captured, you can append a mailing address to those, and then you can target those same users with direct mail. And then finally, Pixel. Again, this is coming soon to the platform, but is available today through professional services. The Pixel is something that you can drop within your own web page or pages within your website to capture unrecognized visitors to those pages. So the idea is that if you have people visiting a certain page that signals high intent, you can drop a pixel on that page, and then Lob can help you capture those users so that you can target them with direct mail and other communication channels. So let's dig deeper into target audiences. So if you want to generate a target audience in Lob, it's pretty straightforward. You'll give that target audience a name, and then you'll select your location. So if I want to get people around the 94107 zip code, I can plug that in. You'll see I get a little marker there. I can technically move this around if I want to capture a more specific area. And you'll see over here I can set the radius around the location that I've selected. I can also add multiple locations. So if I wanted to drop another one in or add it up here, I'm able to do that as well. Once I've selected my locations, I can add some trait filters down here. So if I only want folks that are above 30, for example, I can filter for 30 and above. If I only want folks who are male or female, I can filter for that. Married, single, separated. I can filter by household income and also by household size. Now, if there is something that you want to filter by, a demographic trait or anything that you don't see here, again, chat with your Lob rep, and this might be something that we can help you with behind the scenes. Then finally, we have exclusion list. You obviously don't want to target lists that includes your existing customers, so you're able to drop in a list of your existing customers and have them be excluded from the list that you're generating. Once that's done, you can submit the audience request, and we'll go through what happens next in a few minutes here. But that's the self-service way to generate a target audience list. Now that said, whenever possible, we'd actually recommend that you do a lookalike model. A lookalike model will just ask you to upload a file of your existing customers, and Lob Audiences is going to analyze all the profiles of those users and cluster them into specific sets of traits that we understand, and then use those specific traits to identify more people similar to your existing best customers. This is the most intelligent way to generate new leads that are likely to convert, because this is specifically looking for people very similar to those who have already converted. So we highly recommend doing lookalike modeling wherever possible. Again, this offers some filtering. You can filter by location, filter by age, gender, marital status, household income, and household size. And as is the case with target audience lists, you can include your exclusion list as well so that we don't give you back any of your existing customers. Now, these other two, data appends and pixels, don't live natively within the platform at this moment in time. So that's something to speak to your account rep about if you want to pursue any of those. So next we'll chat about what happens once you've submitted an audience request. It will show up here in your requested audiences. Initially, it will be processing, and then once that report has been generated, it'll be ready for purchase. Now you haven't had to you don't have to purchase this until you open this up and decide that you want to you actually want to pay for this list. So when you open up a completed list, it's going to tell you the number of records that it found. So you're able to buy that whole audience list. So in my case, it found 123,000 people. Maybe I only have a budget of $300, and so I only want to buy 3,750 records or whatever it may be. So you're able to filter down to whatever your budget will allow for. Um, if I go back to a lookalike model and look at a ready for purchase list, you'll see some additional filters. So first and foremost, I can filter by how related the users that were found are to my existing customers. So if I only want the most closely related people, um, I can filter for most related, and you can see in that case, it gives me about 1,250 people. Or if I wanted to do something more in the middle, I can do very related, or if I want to go very broad, I can go broadly related. And again, I can also filter for a specific subset as well. So if I wanted to just buy a certain number of records, I can do that. Once I have decided what I want to purchase, I'll place order. And then the final step here is you will see those reports show up under purchased. So if I open up this example, you can see this is my purchase list. It's telling me the number of households in it, how much I paid for that list. And I can export that, and that is going to download a CSV to my machine, and that will be my target leads list, which I can then use in a Lob campaign. So that is how Lob Audiences works. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your account rep, and we will help you get started. Thanks.